All right. Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome back once again to Rolling Solo RPG. I will be your host and your dice roller. Today's video is going to be session 7, and we're going to be continuing the adventures of Zargo and her partner Vega. Uh, just a quick rundown of the things behind the screen that make everything work. We use Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remaster for our rule set. We use Roll20 for our battle maps, our turn orders, and just visual aspects right there in the center. We use the Mythic GM Emulator 2nd Edition for our Oracle and our tables and our adventure lists, thread lists, character lists, a lot of the background stuff. Herolabonline we use for our character sheet in the top right corner there. Keeps track of our hit points, hero points, our feats, everything about our character that we need to know. And then in the background, I have Spotify playing some royalty-free music to avoid any copyright problems down the road. So, with all that out of the way, let's jump right back into it. In our last session, man, we had a battle. In the end, Zargo got down to 1 hit point. Vega, she was about half, so she was getting there too. We got a random event during the battle, and that moved us towards a thread of Zargo's curse, her family curse. So when her blood just kind of started spilling out of her, she was down to 6 hit points at one point, and that was when it triggered. Her eyes just started glowing red, like a yellowy, fiery red. We don't know if it's fire. We don't know anything about it. We just know that something inside of her was kind of awakened in the self-preservation mode. Vega noticed this, but it didn't stop her from. She did the majority of the killing. If it weren't for her, Zargo would have fallen in battle today. Now, whether these two halflings would just knock them unconscious and take them prisoner or kill them outright, that would have been a question for an alternate universe. But we were able to defeat both the halflings just barely. And that is, I called it there. It was already stretching on longer than it needed to. So, we are back in this very same room. Combat is over. Both halflings are dead. The lower level halfling, her head got cut completely off by Vega's final strike. And now we are left in this quiet room, blood beginning to pool on the stone floor of this watery basin. So it's not beginning to pool, it's beginning to kind of seep and blend in with the rest of this water on the floor. Alright. Well, that was exciting. What can we do now? Now, Zargo is at 1 hit point. There's really not going to be any pressing forward in this matter. One more combat could be the end of everything here. So, we are in this room. It's well lit. It is an armory. Suits of armor, racks of weapons kind of line the halls and the alcoves of this room. Still, a few inches of water shimmering on the floor. Vega looks at Zargo. Zargo is still heavily breathing, blood still pouring out of her wounds, her eyes still glowing. Vega, what does Vega do? Does Vega try to console? Try to, like, lower the aggression that Zargo is putting off right now? I'm gonna say it's unlikely. Does Vega try to console Zargo? 88. Now that is above our chaos factor, so that double is not gonna matter. But that is a no. So she is gonna let Zargo kind of vent this one off on her own. Now Zargo, she's gonna try to come back to her senses. I'm gonna make this. Let's just throw in some Pathfinder rolls here, and that way Zargo can roll her own dice. I'm thinking it's going to be a will save to snap back out of this. Now, she got all the way down to 1 hit point, so it's going to be pretty tough. her will, Zargo's will save is only a +3. I'm gonna make this a 17. Is she able to snap out of this right away? A 17, a 4. No, she's unable to snap out of this. So for right now, Zargo is still venting. She's not in like berserk mode, or she's not gonna go attack Vega or anything. But she's not herself right now. I don't think she's even responding to the fact that Vega is in the room. She's just kind of like, her back is just kind of like doubled down, almost like she's like flexing the whole time here, and still heavy breathing, eyes glowing, the grip. She has both her hands gripped on her blade so tight, almost her knuckles look almost white through her green skin. And with this, Vega, I think Vega's just gonna kind of peruse the rest of the room, because last episode, when we rolled what was in the room, we figured out it was an armory, blah blah blah, it was well lit, and it had a danger, but we also saw there is treasure in this room. And I think Vega, while she's trying to kind of give Zargo her space, Vega spots the chest, the treasure in the room, and it is going to be a chest. And I have some little random rolls here that I have made from games previously. So I'm going to roll on that to see what exactly is inside the chest. So we will do that. Hopefully it works. Awesome. Okay, I was really hoping for this. So it is a 4th level box, which is really good. There's only 5 levels. 1 being the smallest, 5 being the highest. This was a 4. So she opens this really large ornate chest. Inside, she finds a couple weapons. She finds a really large halberd. She finds a dog slicer, which is a goblin weapon. She finds 10 days of rations. She finds a fine spyglass. I think she's going to pocket that spyglass. I'm going to write that down. Vega pockets spyglass, because she can tell that it is a pretty piece worth a nice chunk of change. That's worth 40 GP, and that's straight out of the those are actual items. I didn't just make all these items up or anything. There's a small little hand mirror, I'm thinking, worth 5 silver. Not much to think about there. But she finds a dragon turtle, a truth potion, 4 moderate healing potions, which is the good one out of here. Moderate healing is really good. It's kind of out of their level right now. And a bronze bowl. All right. So Vega spends a few minutes kind of rummaging through this. I'm going to give Zargo another chance to break through this. It's going to be another will save. I'm going to lower... She's had a little bit of time to cool off. I'm going to lower the DC to 15, which is still really high. We'll do it... we'll make it a 13. Kind of gives her a 50-50 chance. All right, DC 13. Is Zargo able to snap out of this? 14 with her 3. Yes, she is able to finally... She blinks. Vega is still rummaging through the trunk when she hears the sword clash into the water on the ground, making kind of a splashing clank sound. This grabs Vega's attention as she turns, and she can see Zargo. Her muscles are finally starting to relax a little bit. The fire in her eyes has gone out. They're back to her normal eyes. Her breathing has steadied a little bit. She's looking around, very confused. Vega comes up to her. Or, well, she doesn't come up to her. Vega speaks to her from across the room. Zargo, are you okay? Zargo just kind of shakes her head a little bit. Yeah. I think I'm okay. All I remember is that halfling sword sticking into me, and everything went black. I thought maybe I had died. But I stand here and I see there are 2 bodies on the floor. I don't even think Zargo remembers the second gnome, so seeing the second body on the ground is even a surprise to her. Did you do this? Vegas. Yes. You did help distract them, but I finished them off. But you were unconsolable. I tried snapping you out of it, but there was no snapping you out of it. So I left you alone, and you seem to have came out of it on your own. But you must barely be able to stand. You took an exceptional amount of damage during that fight. Yes, I feel I do need to sit down. And she kind of finds like a bench. I'm sure there's a bench in one of these little alcoves, and she makes her way over and sits down, leans her back against the stone wall. Just kind of relaxes for a second. Vega takes one of the moderate healing potions that she found, which we are going to... What does moderate healing get us? We'll check out Archives of Nethys, wonderful site for anything Pathfinder related. Moderate healing potion. 3d8 plus 10. Awesome. Alright. Which is the third level. Yeah, they are 50 GP apiece if you were to buy them. So 3d8 plus 10. Awesome. So Vega is going to get that out, and she's going to offer it to Zargo. Zargo, she has her head in her hand and on one knee, and she looks over at Vega and kind of gives a half smile, and she sticks her hand out to take it. She pops the cork off and she drinks it down. 3d8, that's going to be 8, and 6 is going to be 14. That's 18, 28 hit points back. So that brings her back to full. All right. Nice. Ding, 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 ding. Glug, glug, glug. This potion just kind of like courses through her veins quickly as her wounds begin to staunch and heal over. Scars go away. That's kind of how I imagine magical healing. Just kind of makes everything go away, more or less. She is still left with her scars from when she was a child. Still lots of scars. But the wounds from this just recent fight have all closed up. It doesn't fix her mental state, but it has fixed her physical state. So, now, Vega still carries 3 of those. Those were a really good find. Those are really overpowered for their level right now. But it was very, very welcomed for how that last fight went out. I think Vega, is she going to drink one too? That's 50 gold she's just drinking down. Is she going to drink it? I think they need to continue this dungeon. And they know it. And they know that that was just the tip of the iceberg of what they probably are going to discover down here. So I'm going to say Vega is going to drink one as well. So another 3d8 plus 10. Vega's only missing... had to reload because all my stuff messed up. Okay. Vega is only missing 7 hit points. She doesn't have a healing spell yet, even though she's kind of like dedicated into cleric. And they don't have it. Yep. This is the only form of healing they have right now. So it's overkill. But Vega's going to pop the cork and she's going to down one as well. So that's going to be, yeah, that's 7 right there. I don't even need to do the math. Which she got a plus 10 on top of that anyway, so I didn't even need to do the math. So she chugs one more. So 100 gold worth of health potions gone, but there's still 100 gold of health potions up from when they came into this dungeon. So with that, they're going to take just Zargo knows the urgency of their situation, so she's not going to take any longer than she needs to. All right, guys, let's press on. She leads the way, her and Vega The only other entrance in this room leads to the east. They check the door. Is this door locked? I'm going to say all the other doors have been unlocked so far, so I'm going to say it's unlikely. Is this door locked? Ooh, a 10. Yes. This door is locked. Okay. This door is locked. Nobody has any lockpicks or anything. So, they're gonna... Zargo's gonna attempt to break this door down. An athletics check. Oh, +7. Yeah. She has a good chance of this happening. DC 15. Ooh, a 7 and a 7 is a 14. Wow. She checks it. She kind of hears some cracks in the wood, but is otherwise unable to get through it. She's going to attempt one more time. If this one fails, they're going to backtrack and try another door. She's going to give it one more try. She really felt like she almost had that one. A 9. She is just barely able to. Boom! She checks it one more time in the same spot she checked it last time, and it is broken now. The door comes off the hinges and kind of just like leans ever so slightly inwards, enough for them to get through. So Zargo and Vega are going to make their way through the door and into the next hallway. Now the hallway is darkened. They relight their torches. They make their way down the hallway. They have a choice to continue straight or try the southern door. All right. What do they do? Do they try the southern door? I'm going to say 50-50 with our fate chart. That is a no. They do not try the southern door. So they're going to continue down the hall. Passing this small little dead end. They look down there. Don't see anything useful. And they're going to make their way up here. So now they have another decision. Southern room and an eastern room. Do they try the southern door? 50-50. 37, yes. They try the southern door. So, the southern door. Is the southern door locked? It's unlikely. Because a lot of these doors in this dungeon have been unlocked thus far. Is this door unlocked on an unlock? Oh, yes, extreme yes. So this door is locked with multiple locks. Metal door, Zargo is going to be unable to break this one down. Alright. Alright, this one's no good. Let's try the eastern door. Is this eastern door unlocked? I'm going to say unlikely. If this one comes up locked, I'm going to switch to very unlikely. Man, 0-7 again. This door is very locked as well. Another locked door. Seems there's lots in here they don't want us to get into. Alright, well, we're going to continue exploring. The next door, they're just going to go ahead and try the northern door. Their light spilling down these hallways endlessly to the west. They see a faint door to the north. They're going to give it a try. Is this door unlocked? I'm going to say it is very unlikely. Is this door locked as well? That's going to be a 59. That is a no. Kind of very unlikely. So this door is open. Zargo cracks the door open and peeks inside. What does Zargo see? Alright, so the black D6 tells us that it is a pitch black room. And the black D12 tells us that it is a common room, a destroyed common room. There are no dangers in it here, and there are no treasures in here. Alright. The white die tells us that it is a storage room, or a food pantry. I'm thinking the storage room sounds a lot more sense, and there is no danger, so we don't need the red die for this one. I can close these two out. So Zargo peeks in. She sees corners filled with cobwebs and barrels, wooden crates, and destroyed remnants of what was once a storage room. All boxes and shelves are emptied. She can tell by the dust on the floor that no one has even entered this room in a long time. She closes the door behind her. Her and Vega continue down the hallway. So now, they make their way to the north. There's another door. I don't have it marked on this map, but to the north is another doorway. Zargo walks up and checks this one. They're running out of rooms in this dungeon. One of these rooms is going to have to be Amari's hideout. All right. Or his main office. And this one's looking pretty good candidate. All right. Unlikely. Is this door locked? Very unlikely. An 11. Fudge. That means yes. Wait, I said this, is this door unlocked? And that's a yes. So, okay. That's actually good. And I made it an unlikely, so the odds of that were even lower than I meant for them to be. But that is the question I asked, and that is the answer I got. But that is an 11, making it another random event, which I love random events. So, let's figure out what the event focus is on this random event. Alright, this door is unlocked as Zargo grips the latch of the door and begins to push in to peek into this room. What random event befalls our heroes? 73. That is a PC negative. Of course it is. PC negative. Now, which PC is it? I'm going to roll both our heroes' dice. Whoever rolls the lowest gets the PC negative. That's Vega. Okay, Vega gets the PC negative. Alright. And what is the... is it going to be an action or a description? I'm going to say... PC negative. We've had a lot of action so far. Let's roll in the descriptor table to see. Alright, what is the nature of this PC negative? 07, boldly, and 52? Yeah. Boldly lavish, but it's PC negative. Boldly lavish. So I'm thinking this room, Zargo peeks in and sees, and being boldly lavish, we were looking for Amari's office, and that screams Amari's office to me, because we have determined that he's pretty wealthy, and this is his hideout. So for sure, this is going to be his office. It is lavish. There are decorative sconces holding bright torches in this room. Decorative rugs fill the floor. Unlike the rest of this dungeon, this room does not have water setting in the floor. The floor is beautiful and dry. Large ornate desks, shelves lined with beautiful just treasures. Alright. But how is this a PC negative for Vega? Boldly lavish, PC negative. So we know... Man, that's a tough one. Vega's background. She is an elf, but she was raised by dwarves. And we know she hates... She doesn't hate orcs. She's traveling with an orc. But the orcs enslaved her. I don't think that has anything to do with that. But how can this be a PC negative for Vega? Let's just explore this room and see if that figures anything out. So we will roll our dungeon room dice on this one. But we will ignore... I already said it's bright light in here, so we don't need the D6. And we just need to know if there's a danger in here, really. So we're just going to roll... We'll roll the black and the red. So that way, if it does come up danger or treasure, we'll know what we got here. So we got a 5. So there is a danger and there is one treasure in here. And the danger is only going to be a 3. So luckily, that's going to be a moderate fight.